Here's how Lilly Sabri capitalizes on the 1 million plus audience that she has across social media to get leads into paying clients inside her app without any sales calls and fully hands off from her. To stand out from the crowd, she has her own authentic way of coaching clients. Instead of just coaching them through a standard fat loss protocol, she packages this up into her own lean method. Chances are this lean method will follow the same principles as everyone else, potentially with a small little spin from her own coaching experiences. But ultimately, because it's got its own method, it then creates more credibility and people want to experience what this is like. When people hear this, they think that it's something completely new and they think that they need to go through this specific method if they actually want to achieve results. This is the exact funnel that she uses to take social media viewers into paying clients on her app, fully hands off without her lifting a finger. Now, the first step to realize this is more of a website page as opposed to a funnel. If her goal was to exclusively get paid customers into her app, and this was linked across social media, she would be better off having one specific funnel designated purely to her app, as opposed to a website that potentially branches people off into different directions and loses the goal of just getting people to purchase her app. So for example, along the top, you can see numerous different links to different pages. If her goal was simply just to get paying clients into her app, she'd be better off, instead of having numerous different links, having just one clear funnel page specific to get signups on the app. However, in the banner, she has a sticky aspect. Essentially what this sticky element is this yellow section is stuck to the top, so when you scroll, it sticks with your scroll. On this yellow banner, it says think less, achieve more, which is strong positioning for a busy user. Essentially, this speaks direct to someone and tells them to get started with the lean method. So again, it's backing up the fact that she has her own method of doing things. This is stuck as you scroll, so you see it the whole way. Alongside this, the CTA button, get started, up here is stuck as well. So when you're scrolling through, no matter where you are on the page, you always have a call to action that you can click to go to the next step. That's one thing that a lot of business owners would find that they get far more conversion on their funnels if they always give people the ability to go to the call to action rather than that lead having to actually hunt and find for the call to action themselves. However, I would suggest on this get started button, it would work even better by giving even more of an understanding of what they're getting in return. For example, start your 7-day free trial. It gives more of an understanding what I'm going to get when I click this, and it's going to drive me to want to click this more, knowing that I can trial it for 7 days for free. Now we move on to the hero banner, and a big thing here is the image is relatable. A lot of the content that she posts across social media is based around working at home, working with your body weight, not having to go to a gym environment, which for a lot of women, which are her target market, they probably would prefer this rather than going to a gym. So this image is then very relatable because the whole goal of this is to show them that they can work from home as well. Again, the wording that she uses speaks direct to her target market, which is a woman. Instead of her trying to speak to everyone, she speaks specifically to one type of person, which means that she gets far more out of it rather than trying to please everyone. Alongside this, she then has even more social proof by showing that the app can be downloaded on providers that everyone knows, Apple Store and Google Store, and then all of the reviews that people have off the back of this. It adds even more credibility. Alongside that, she then has another clear call to action to get started. Again, same sort of goal with this one. It could work even better having it as get started with your 7-day free trial. Essentially just giving even more of an understanding what they're going to get when they click that button. Now then, to add to the social proof even more, it shows all of the brands that she's potentially been featured on. A lot of people will resonate with this because they'll understand all of these bigger brands, so she can then piggyback off the authority that they all already have. We then leverage the authority from these big brands, and it's good placement because it comes just after the hero banner to support even more credibility. We then move on to the methodology trusted by millions section, which works incredibly well because it backs up the core framework that she follows and reinforces that she has her own way of doing things. Alongside this, it backs up the fact that it's been used by millions of people, so it's tried and tested. What could then work even better here as well is having images of people before and after once they've been through each section. This would then give people far more perspective as to what they can actually achieve from each section and what past users have achieved themselves as well. It's all well and good showing people that you can do it, but if you can show that your clients can as well, people will buy into that even more. We then move into a section here which is essentially program cards, showing what is available within the app. Now, it already supplies a good amount of information, but going one step further, it could make it even clearer, showing the duration and benefits from each section. Not just the features and what are included, but actually the benefits that people will get from going through each section. Alongside that, there's numerous different sections, and it might be overwhelming for some people, so having the ability for people to essentially quickly filter or have a quiz style form that they submit to understand which program could be most applicable for them could work really well. Potentially the quiz style form wouldn't be best on the funnel, but it could be something included in the app after they sign up to help them be assigned the most appropriate plan. And if then they can start their process even quicker after joining the 7-day free trial, it means their speed to result will be quicker, which means that their retention will be better on the back end, so that then she can focus on not having to sign as many clients because the current clients stay even longer as well. Now we move on to the why it works features section. A big thing with features is we always want to sell the benefit that it has, not just showing people what's included, but showing them what it will actually do for them. At the end of the day, yes, of course, people are intrigued as to what's included, but the end thing that they always want to achieve is the end result. If they know that they'll achieve that end result, then they're happy. One thing that could work really well here is adding user stats or testimonials under each feature to add even more credibility and show real world proof. This could then be stacked with mini case studies or challenges that people have overcome since joining the app, to then add even more proof and get even more buy-in, and essentially just back up and give way more sort of credibility and make people feel more at ease that this is going to definitely be the solution for them. We then move on to screenshots of what the app actually looks like. It essentially gives us a preview and it shows the product user interface. People want to see what they're getting, and it covers the core pillars as to what's available in the app. What could again work really well here is selling the benefit that every single part sells. Instead of just showing the features, show the benefit that this will also give. We then move into an about section about Lilly, the founder, and what works really well here is it just reinforces even more credibility, showing all of the qualifications and achievements that she has. Essentially, it tells her story so you feel like you get to know her even more, and as a result, you buy into her more. What I would suggest could work even better is turning these paragraphs into bullet points so that it's even more readable. And if you're someone that tends to scroll through landing pages like the majority of us do, it's very easy because it's in small little chunks. What could also be split tested is having a video here as well, because some viewers might tend to rather watch something as opposed to read. And on that video, it could auto play and then make it clear that they just need to click to turn sound on to hear it, and have captions at the same time so that we get people who want to hear and people who want to read as well. We then move on to even more social proof, showing that it's loved by millions worldwide. This works really well because again, it's real stories from real users and it's an authentic trust builder. It shows diversity of experiences because numerous different testimonials cover different outcomes. Each quote is emotional and transformation focused. It's not just I like the app, it's far more than this, and it's more storytelling based. What could then add even more credibility is next to each testimonial having a small photo profile icon of the user so it feels even more real. Now this comparison table is really clever because they realize that a lot of people look at an app and they look at YouTube and they look at the gym. They're essentially some of the main competitors. Of course, there's other people also offering an app, but people can go to YouTube technically for free, they can go to a gym for a very small cost, and they can even work out at home for free. So this comparison table shows us what the app has as opposed to YouTube and as opposed to a gym membership. They have most likely found that these are some of the biggest objections that people have, so this is directly speaking to them and addressing the objections that they might have. It lays out the clear advantages of the app as opposed to YouTube or the gym membership, and it's really visual and easy to see and understand. What could then work even better is some of the key things that are included that they know users take the most benefit away from could be highlighted in bold or in italics to stand out even more. This will then show that this is also included in the app as opposed to YouTube and a gym membership not having this. Now at the bottom, we then have the footer, which links off to different pages and a direct link to the App Store and the Google Store where people can download it, along with all of the reviews and links to social media. Now, one thing that could work even better here is, yes, we have the sticky banner at the top, but also having a call to action button here, such as start your free first week, could work really well to scoop up even more people. One thing, especially in 2025, is people feel nervous, they feel cautious, and they feel scared about investing into things. So we could also have a little chat widget in the corner that links off to WhatsApp or email so that users can actually have a direct conversation on a platform that they already feel comfortable with. This could then scoop up a lot of people who might then drop off just because they have a few questions that they want to speak to someone before purchasing. Now, here are a few final thoughts as to why it converts really well. The funnel works because it speaks to busy, everyday women who want a realistic fitness plan. It speaks to one person instead of trying to speak to everyone. It combines empathy, structure, and results. Rather than just having one thing, it combines all of them into a well-structured funnel. It balances aesthetics and trust well with social proof. Rather than just having a funnel that converts well, it also looks visually appealing too. The call to action is also visible and repeated logically throughout, so leads don't have to go searching for the call to action button. There's always one close by. And that's exactly how Lilly was able to build a successful business that doesn't require huge amounts of workload from her side and allows her to capitalize on the audience that she already has.